Welcome back to the channel. I want to show you guys how to change the audio edits in the AI audio editor after it's condensed your track if you're trying to trim it to a certain length. Let's jump in, I'll show you. So here we have a 1-minute video clip and a 3-minute and 30-second song. And we want it to coincide with the ending of this video. How the AI editor works, you can click your audio clip, and over here in the inspector, right down here, it says AI Music Editor. It's kind of grayed out, but on, meaning it's ready to be used. You can actually type in your target length right here, or you can hit Live Trim. Live Trim will give you a little icon. Here's our normal trim icon. If we move a little in to the left, you can see it turns to a bracket with these little lines, and that means it's going to allow you to trim it. So if you just had a video clip you wanted to hit that was in a random spot, you could do it that way. Or you can actually click in the box here and type in the length that you're looking for. So I'd type in a minute. The dialog box is going to pop up as it analyzes it and chooses some spots to condense it and where to make cuts. And it usually does a pretty good job. But a lot of times, based on frame rate and the tempo of the song, it can't always hit the precise length. Case in point, here it starts to end, and we're a little early here. We're ending at like 53 seconds roughly, maybe 54. So we still have some extra footage. Now you could grab a reverb and sort of tail it out a little bit. That's one way. If we use live trim right now, it's either going to pull it forward and snap back to where it was, or overshoot it where it mathematically makes sense. Now these little squiggle lines are actually where the edit takes place in the audio editor, and the clip's actually edited in the background. It just doesn't show up like an edit in this traditional way. So I'll show you how to get to that in just a moment, but let's preview what this edit is right here as the playhead plays over this mark right here, letting us know there's an edit. So pretty good. It actually says beat-driven music is probably the best. And then it made another edit here, which is actually the real ending of the song. So I don't really know why it made an edit right there, but it did. Now you have versions, which sort of will extend it. Like that's kind of not useful here. It actually hits another bass note. Here's version 3. And that's pretty close. It's still a little long, so we could probably fade it, not with the audio editor, but just put a fade in here, because that almost is the right time. Well, let's say we want to customize it, and we already listened to this edit here and thought that was a good spot. Perfect downbeat right here. Now we could do that using the waveforms, but I just want to show you, you're not stuck to whatever this is giving you here. We can click on this clip. We can right click. We can choose Decompose in place using clips only. And if we select that, now we have two different clips where the audio editor basically made the cut. And if we zoom in, you got a little crossfade right here as well. So we can use that, and now we kind of have a shortened track. We're most of the way there. But what I like to do in this case is go over to Fairlight, and you can get a lot more precise of an edit. Because right here we're kind of stuck to the frames markers, where if I wanted to get right up on this start of the waveform, this peak, these are my two options. And if we go over to Fairlight here and zoom in, you can see we're just down to the sample. I can just navigate right where I want to. So if that's a good spot, sounds like it is to me, we could actually copy that. So that's one example. So if we're looking to maybe duplicate this, maybe bring this back a bar, something like that. Here's another spike in the waveform. So if we want to make this section right here start here instead, we can actually cut it, and then we could start moving it over. And the cool thing about Fairlight, or one of them, is you can see this overlay over top of the waveform. So we could actually just kind of line it up visually and let go. And now this edit here doesn't have any crossfade, but let's just hear what it did. It could be good, it could be bad, but we'll check it out. Not bad. And then we could always right click here and add a crossfade. You can actually change how your crossfade behaves up here in the inspector if you want it in the middle of the edit or prior to the edit. Not bad. So now let's see how this tail ring out landed in conjunction with our video. I'll go back to the edit page and we'll go down here. So this might be a slight adjustment, but it's only like a bar or two. It looks like the fade out's just about even here, and it might be too early still. Let's just check. Okay, so we could maybe duplicate one more section. Let's do the same thing. We'll get one more bar out of it. We're going to examine what's going on here. Maybe there. Make it cut. If we hold down Option and drag, it's going to leave the audio in its place and move our copy ahead. So maybe this would fit in right here. And then we always got to go back and just listen. So not quite. Let's try another. Maybe go here. And I didn't really prep this up beforehand, so I'm just working how I normally would here. Something like that. And then we could tighten up this end and maybe put a little fade. And you can control the fade here and still even do the reverb trick. But now we have a few different options instead of being stuck with whatever that AI initial couple versions they gave us. So that's how you can get into your clip and pop it out into individual clips and be able to further manipulate it while using AI. The AI editor does do a pretty nice job on transitions. I've seen it do some good work where it'll get the perfect tail end drop. That section works beautifully. You can kind of move it around and make it work to match whatever you need. All right, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. As always, leave a comment down below if you guys got a video topic you want me to make a video on or any other feedback. I appreciate it. Otherwise, see you guys on the next one.